Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com, and today's Tuesday, May 13th. Well, the market totally confused me today. Instead of resolving the issue as to whether we're going up or down, it got more complicated because the Dow is holding on to this bearish looking formation, and the QQQs and the NASDAQ look like they're getting ready to break out. So the stories have changed, and I've always told you I like when all the indexes are telling the same story, and that way it's easier to make your decisions. So we have a little bit of a decoupling, and until this decoupling is resolved, we're going to go to our default system. And what our default system is we're going to rely solely on each individual chart. We find a chart that has a good, solid-looking bullish formation that looks like it's got nowhere to go but play out on the upside. That's where we're going to be. If we find one that looks like it's rolling over, it's got good, solid technicals where it looks like it's just short, that's where it's going to be. Because until these indexes can start telling the same story, I can't have any confidence in either one of them. And I'll show you the difference between the two. I'll show you where I'm getting hung up, why the Dow has got still a bearish formation, and the NASDAQ, why it's looking better. So we'll do that in our final segment. But before that, I've got another idea for you tomorrow, and then we'll take a look at the stock we bought this morning, HLIT. And I'm kind of glad in a way that I've only got one short in the portfolio right now because the picture is a little bit clouded. But without further ado, the stock for tomorrow, the idea for tomorrow is LSCC, Lattice Semiconductor. Now in just a moment we'll take a look at the chart and I'll show you exactly how we're going to take this idea, turn it into some money. Don't go away. Okay, we're looking at a daily bar chart of LSCC. It's a call on the long side. We're looking to buy this stock somewhere between $3.40 and $3.50. That's exactly where it closed, at $3.50. I'd like to see it pull back a little in the morning, let us get in. If it starts to run a little bit, I may even pay up a few pennies if I have to. I'm not going to chase, but I like the pattern a lot. So we have a target up here of $5.50. And what do I like about this? Well, this is what I call a continuation pattern. If you look back in my past performances, you'll see where we bought this stock right down in here, and we stayed with it right up into here and we sold it. So of course I've been watching it ever since, and then it pulled back right to support, consolidated, broke out, pulled back to support, and now it looks like it's getting ready to go again. So it is a breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback, but it's also a continuation pattern. And the reason I say that is because the pattern has already been established, but we believe it's only halfway to where it really wants to go. Now what I want to do is I want to show you a weekly chart of this. Each bar is going to represent 5 trading days, and I just want to show you how symmetrical. I mean, I don't think you can find a better looking weekly chart than this. This is a ascending triangle on a weekly basis. It's just very symmetrical. It's very boxy. I just think it's a good call. It's a great looking chart. And this is what I said earlier, when we find a good solid looking chart that should play out, we're going to stay with it. We'll forget about what the averages are going to do, because this chart says 550 on it. Okay, let me repeat that. That's LSCC. It's a call on the long side. And we'll be looking to make $2 on that trade. Now let's take a look at the stock we bought this morning, HLIT. Stock didn't do much today, but the pattern the reason why we bought it, that pattern that we bought it for, is still right intact. And maybe tomorrow we'll have some better action in it. But I paid $8.03 this morning. And just to recap it, in case anybody hadn't seen it when I went over it, this is our breakout, our pullback, and now we're getting ready to go. And that's our call here: breakout, pullback, go scenario. All right, let's go to the major indexes. I'll show you where my impasse is, and maybe I can get you as confused as I am. This is the Dow Jones we're looking at right here, and clearly, to me, this is still got this negative look to it. This pattern, it still has this declining top over here. This is troublesome to me. It's got this V top That's troublesome to me. Now what will resolve it is a breakout above it, and then we won't have to worry about any of this. But until that happens, that picture is still there. And it definitely is a negative connotation as it sits right now. I'm going to turn this into a 3-day chart and show you what it looks like, a little consolidated. I mean, it has this, definitely has this look of a head and shoulders rollover. And what bothers me about this pattern, I mean, it doesn't bother me, it's bearish looking, is that this pattern here resembles it almost to a T. And you can see what happened there. That's why I'm saying it's a bearish formation. Now I'll take it either way. If they break out to the upside, that's fine. If they break down to the downside, that's fine. At least I'll have a better idea as to what to expect. But until that's resolved, you know, I'm still on the fence. So that's the Dow. It's giving out a bearish formation. Okay. The S&P 500 quickly, not as bearish, but not a bullish chart either. Now, but let's go to the QQQs. Here you see they're getting almost ready to break out here. I mean, the only bearish thing I can come up with is the fact that they're up against this resistance area, but they could go through it. Nothing says that that's going to absolutely stop them. It has in the past, but we still have to see. Now, it is possible that the NASDAQ breaks out and goes up, and the Dow breaks down and goes down. I've seen that happen before, where you have the Dow going down and NASDAQ going up. And if you looked around at a lot of the issues today, a lot of the NASDAQ and small cap stocks acted very, very well, and some of the big Dow stocks like Citicorp acted very poorly. You had Google down, you had Apple up, you had Citicorp down. So there's lots and lots of misleading signals being put out there. So until this impasse can be resolved and we can get both charts going in the same direction, we're going to go to our default system, which is we're going to rely solely on the look of the individual charts, because the stories that are being told by these two different indexes are completely different as of right now. So until it's resolved, that's the way we're going to play it. Okay, we'll take a look at the transports, because they're starting to resemble more of the NASDAQ, because I mean, they haven't broken out yet, but they certainly look like they're on their way back up to test the old high. So until we get a break below this level right here, this 51.55 area, or a break above the new high, we're sort of like in no man's land right now. So that's where the confusion lies in my head. So until it's resolved, I'm going to solely rely totally on each individual stock chart. Okay, so that's my view of the market. Until tomorrow, this is TK signing off.